Hey there crochet lovers, and welcome back to Let's Create with Crochet. In today's video we'll be creating the famous ruffle hat, and we're going to be using two types of yarn. We'll use the white one and the hot pink color, a 6mm hook, a 5.5mm hook, yarn needle, and a pair of scissors. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and let's get into making this ruffle hat. So we're first gonna start by creating a magic circle. When creating a magic circle, I use these 3 fingers, so I go through round the first one and then make sure you create an X at the palm of your hand and this way. So this is how you create a magic circle, like that. And then after creating the magic circle, I chain 1. So in this magic circle we're going to put 10 double crochets into the magic circle, and by doing that we're going to loop through inside the magic circle, and then we're going to pull through 2 and then pull through 2 again. The chain 1 does not count as a chain. The chain 1 doesn't count as a chain, but this will be our first double crochet, so we'll be doing 9 more. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 more remaining. If the circle is large, just reduce it by pulling through the circle we began with. So basically now these are 10 double crochets. If you're not sure, we should count. I don't know if you're seeing it well, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. After that we close our magic circle. So we're done with our first row, and we're going to close our first row using the 1 chain that we used, because the chain does not count as a double crochet. So we will pull it through the first chain, which is this one over here. Pull through it, and while closing the first chain is when we will introduce our second yarn into it. So by placing together the white yarn and the pink yarn, we're going to close our first row using a slip stitch. So when using a slip stitch, we're just going to pull through the chain and then pull through again. After pulling through, we're going to chain 1 and begin our second row. While beginning our second row, we're going to place 2 double crochets in each stitch to create 20 double crochets. So we're going to begin. We're going to put our pink yarn on our hand, and while doing that, our white yarn will be closing with it also. So pull through our first, and then place another double crochet in the same stitch, and we'll repeat, go again in all the stitches, so that by the end of the second row we get 20 double crochets. Do not forget, while putting it through, the white crochet, the white yarn, the first yarn that we used, should also be pulled through, so as to prevent the loose yarn at the back of our hat. So I'll meet you at the end of the row. Now we're at the end of our row, and remember, while we were closing also with the white yarn, so you see these spaces over here, we're trying not for the white, we are trying to not let the white yarn be shown off like this. So we're just going to straighten it up a little bit by pulling it, so as to prevent it from being shown like that, so you have a perfect hat without showing the white yarn from the inside. So after that, we'll be closing our second row in the first chain. Again, we're going to close with both the white and the pink yarn. So we'll pull through and then chain 1 using only the white yarn again, because we are interchanging. So after that, we will, in the third row, we're going to place 1 double crochet in the first stitch and 2 double crochets in the next. So it will be 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, in order to get 30 double crochets in the third row. So we'll begin by putting 1 double crochet through the first row together with the yarn, with the pink yarn. Pull through 2 and pull through another 2, and then 2 double crochets in the next stitch. We'll repeat that again. 1 double crochet, and 2 double crochets in the next. So we'll repeat that all around the third row, and I'll meet you at the end of the third row. Ensure also while closing, like we did on the second row, the pink yarn that we are closing is showing at the end, so make sure to just tighten it up a little bit so as to show the white yarn only. So I'll meet you at the end of the third row. So we're at the end of our third row, and you should know that when finishing each row, your row should end with an increase. Like for example, this third row should end with 2 double crochets at the end of your stitch in order to get 30 stitches. So after that, we'll be closing our third row in the one chain that we placed with both the white and the pink yarn. Slip stitch and chain one using the other color, the pink one. So in the fourth row, we're going to place 1 double crochet in the first stitch, 1 double crochet in the second stitch, and 2 double crochets in the third stitch. So in the fourth row, in every third stitch, we're going to place 2 double crochets in it. So it will be 1 1 2, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. So in every third stitch you place 2 double crochets. So we'll do that all around, and I'll meet you at the end of the video of the fourth row. So at the end of the fourth row, which has to, like again said, end with an increase, so we're going to slip stitch into the first chain that we made, and chain one using the white yarn. Now in the fifth row, in every fourth stitch we're going to place 2 double crochets. So 1 2 3, we're going to place 1 double crochet in each, and in the fourth stitch we're going to place 2 double crochets in the fourth stitch, so as to get 50 double crochets by the end of the fifth row. So we'll begin 1 double crochet, another 1 double crochet in the second stitch. Sorry, I forgot to carry the pink yarn under, so ensure you're carrying the pink yarn under while on the fifth row. So first stitch in the another 1 stitch in the second one, in the third one another 1 double crochet, and in the fourth one we're going to place 2 double crochets in the fourth stitch. and we're going to repeat that: 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet. In the 4th stitch we place 2 double crochets. We'll do that all around the 5th row, and I'll meet you at the end of the 5th row. Now we're at the end of our 6th row, where I will now slip stitch both of the pink and white yarns and chain 1 using the pink yarn. So in the 6th row this is the last row where we'll be doing our increase, whereby in every 5th stitch we'll be putting 2 double crochets. So we'll begin by placing 1 double crochet in the 1st stitch, another one double crochet in the 2nd one, another 1 double crochet, and another 1 double crochet in the next. So that's a total of 4, and in the 5th stitch is where we're going to place 2 double crochets. So we'll be doing that in the 6th row, and I'll meet you at the end of the 6th row. So I'm at the end of row 6, and we'll basically do a slip stitch and chain 1. So when I said row 6 is the last row where we'll be doing an increase, is because we don't want to end up with a large hat that doesn't fit our head. So these are, in row 6 is a total of 60 stitches. So in row 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12 we'll be placing 1 double crochet in each stitch all around, but also interchanging the colors. So it's basically from row 7 to row 12 the total number of stitches should be 60 stitches, and then we'll begin to work our ruffles. So we'll just be doing that all around, and I'll basically meet you at the 12th stitch when we're done. Don't forget to interchange so as to make your heart take the shape of both the white and the pink yarn. And also don't forget to, while doing each stitch, don't forget to pull through so as to not leave your inside of your heart look messy. So I'll meet you at the end of the 12th row. So I'm at the end of row 12, and this is basically how your heart should look. It should fit perfectly on your head. If you feel like you've tightened it too much, that you feel like your brains are about to come out, then you have to repeat that. But it should feel, you should wear it and should fit perfectly on the head. Now for the ruffles, I have 2 ways in which I make my ruffles. Like for in this video, we'll be going 2 rounds to make the ruffles, but we'll be using 2 types of hooks, the 5.5mm hook and the 6mm hook. And the method we're going to use for making the ruffles is the treble stitch. Another way I make my ruffles is by an example here using one type of hook for both the body and the ruffles. So in this type I used just the 5.5 millimeter hook to make the body and the ruffles, and for this the ruffles I did 4 rounds to make this type of ruffles, whereby you can adjust them either if you like them longer like this, or if you prefer to make them tiny to a smaller version of ruffles, you can either do so either way. So for me, I have 2 ways in which I love to make my ruffles, using one type of yarn and also using 2 types of yarn. But for this video I'll be showing you how to make this type of ruffle using 2 rounds. So if you'd like me to do a video with one type of hook and for the body and the ruffles, let me know on the comment section below. So let's get into making this ruffle. Now for the ruffles, I said we're going to use the treble stitch, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But we're going to use one type of yarn for the first round, and then we'll finish with the second type of yarn for the second round. So it's easier that I cut it off and deal with one yarn and then add the other one at the last one. So after I've slip stitched, we're going to chain 3. There we've chained 3, and then we're going to place 5 double crochets in each stitch. So when doing a treble stitch, we're going to place 2, we're going to put hook 2, we're going to do 2 rounds of yarn on the hook, and then we're going to place it in the first one, pull through 2, and then pull through 2, and then pull through 2 again 3 times. So we're going to put 2 rounds in the hook, again in the same stitch, pull through 2, pull through another 2, and pull through another 2. That's the third one. Pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through another 2. So that's basically 3, 2 more to go. Pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through another 2. The last one, pull through 2, pull through another 2, and pull through 2. So that's basically a treble stitch 3 times. So it's basically like 3 on the same stitch. We're going to do in every put 5 treble stitches in each stitch. So let's do this. So I'm almost finishing my 13th row, but my yarn is ending. So I want to show you how I add a new yarn onto this yarn that I'm finishing. So basically you take the new yarn, add it to the one that is ending by tying a knot on both sides. So this is the new yarn. We're going to tie a knot like that, and also this one will tie a knot on the new yarn. also like that. So after tying the yarn, you just push it together like that, and then cut out the extra ones that are outside. So that's basically how to add a new yarn to the one that's ending, so that it's easy. So we can now finish the rest of this place. Now I'm at the end of the 13th row, where I'm going to slip stitch both the pink and the white yarn. And now we're going to deal with the pink yarn for the 14th row. So after slip stitching, so in the 14th row, I'm going to then change back my hook, the 6mm hook, and we're going to now use the 5.5 or either 5 point something or 5mm hook you have again, and then I'm going to use the pink yarn and chain 3. After that, we're going to put 4 treble stitches in each stitch. Now this is where the work comes in, because in each stitch we have 5. So in the 14th row, we're going to place 4 treble stitches in each stitch until we finish the end of the row. So yeah, so I'm going to cut out this one, and then we'll begin the 4 treble stitches. So I'm going to begin putting 4 treble stitches in each stitch. So like again, we're going to roll 2 on the hook, and on the first stitch we'll be closing also these ends of the yarn together with it. So we're going to pull through 2 once, twice, and thrice, 4 times in the same hook. So after basically putting 4 treble stitches, we're going to continue putting 4 in each until we reach the end of the 14th row. So I'll see you at the end of the 14th row, and we'll see how our ruffles will look like then. So that's basically the end of row 14. So we're gonna now slip stitch, and then chain 1 and cut the extra yarn with our scissors. So now that we're done with our ruffle hat, the extra yarn we're going to we're going to close it off in the hat. Like for example here, I already placed a tapestry needle, and now we're going to weave off the ends. So basically it's like hiding the yarn so as it for not to be seen, to get the perfect ruffle hat. You can weave off the ends however you like. I like to just weave off next to the circle I began with, and then once you've weaved off enough, you can cut it out. I'll be doing the same for the end here. When weaving off here, I like to go to the way we started our yarn, the ruffles, rather than going the direction where we finished. So I'm going to the left. Yeah, I like to put it on the inside. And there you have it, your perfect ruffle hat. Let's say it on the head figure I made. And there you have it, your perfect ruffle hat using 2 types of yarn. If you're wondering the amount of yarn I used, for the white one I basically used 2 white yarns, and for the pink 2.5, so that's like 3 yarns to create both for the ruffles and for the body. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and make sure to subscribe to Let's Create for more tips, tutorials and fun projects. Till next time, bye guys.